Hello YouTubers and Minecrafters, this is the Black Belt Panda and I have another 1.9 pre-release update video for you. Now I covered the giant mushrooms and the mushroom biomes and the Mooshrooms in the last video or one of the previous videos, but there are a few more things I want to go over in the mushroom biome. But before we do that, I want to show you a few things that I had read on the wiki. The first of which being the blocking animation with swords no longer causes the sword to float in front of you. If I go into third person view here, you can see there's actually a blocking animation that the character plays. So now you actually raise your arm to block, no more floating swords. Also, the bows have a shooting animation now that the character actually plays. So if I were to draw this bow back, you can see my character's actually holding the bow, two hands as if he were pulling back the bow. That's pretty cool. It's a little bit more realistic. I'll shoot a cow here. He's dead now. So what I want to do in this video is show you how to milk a Mooshroom. So the first thing we're going to do is locate a Mooshroom that's not swimming in the water. And over here we have one. If I attempt to milk this one, I get nothing. That's because I'm using a bucket. You actually have to use a wooden bowl. And what you get is not milk. You get mushroom stew, which is amazing. You can actually fence one of these guys in with the persistence of mobs, and you can just get unlimited, renewable mushroom stew just by keeping that one Mooshroom around. I showed you guys that you can shear the Mooshrooms. They play these cool little exploding animation things, and you get a bunch of mushrooms. I believe between 3 and 5. Then you can use a bucket and get regular milk. So that's pretty cool. I also found out these blocks here, this new dirt block is called, I believe, mycelium, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce that. But if you were to break it with a shovel, you would just get one dirt block. If you were to place a dirt block down, the mycelium will spread to that dirt block. Just like grass would spread to a dirt block that you place next to it. So that's pretty cool. Alright, let's see. I feel like I'm missing something here. I was gonna go over something. Oh, what was it? Alright, let's see. Oh, that's right. I had read a comment on someone else's video that made me laugh a little. They had said, well, what if you use bone meal on one of the Mooshrooms? And I just thought that was a really interesting idea. Now, I highly doubt anything is going to happen, but I wanted to try it anyway. So, we're using bone meal on the Mooshroom. Yep, nothing happens. But that would be very awkward if the mushrooms growing on the back of these Mooshrooms sprouted into giant mushrooms, or if the Mooshroom itself turned into a giant Mooshroom. That would be very interesting. Very awkward as well, I would imagine, having either giant Mooshrooms wandering around or Mooshrooms with giant mushrooms on their backs. But worth a try, right? Just a neat little thing to look at. Also, in one of the previous videos, I showed you the swamp biomes with the lily pads. You can harvest those lily pads. I believe you have to use shears or a sword, or I think it was shears. But placing them in the water is a more difficult task. You can place them up against the sides of blocks in the water, but placing them directly on the water is currently impossible. Right now they just seem to be for appearances only. I think that about does it. So thank you for watching, and this is the Black Belt Panda. I'll talk to you later.